the best servers in Arma Reforger. We're back once again to compile a list of some of my favorite experiences offered by the Arma Reforger modding community. Again, before you get too offended, this is simply my opinion. This is not a end-all be-all list. These are my personal suggestions through a lot of playtime, using multiple different experiences as tools. I don't predominantly play one server. I play multiple different experiences every day in order to be able to inform you guys of what I enjoy the most. I'm specifically interested in modern to early future combat, meaning I like all of the newest weapon systems and things like that, so you will not get old school servers out of me, like for example the Vietnam 67 servers, which are very super popular and only are 8.2 gigabytes, by the way. So if you guys want to check that out, it's one of the more popular servers for sure. I would recommend it as an honorable mention, but me personally, I prefer a more modern experience. Also, if your favorite server is for some reason not on this list, that does not mean it's a bad server, and you should 100% feel free to leave it down below in the comments. I might not have simply been able to experience it yet because of low player counts, or there's even a possibility it's going to be on my new and upcoming server list, because I want to start promoting servers with low pop counts that I think have very unique and fun features to them, as well as a good Discord community. So that will be coming in the near future as well. And one final thing, I urge that you please watch the entirety of this video, because you might run to the comments too early to let me know about a server that you might have think I missed on the list, and it's just a little bit deeper into the video. These are not in any specific order. I will say which experiences are my favorite, and also give suggestions on how I think these servers could all be improved slightly, or things that I do really like or dislike, just to give some feedback to the mod and server owners in general. Without further ado, man, let's get into this list. Alrighty guys, so starting off this list, we're going to start out strong with my favorite experience, which is going to be OPR Fargo currently. I love how this server feels. It feels very smooth. They've done a great job at improving it. I feel like the performance is really good in here. I feel like I don't crash too often. It feels very nice. I actually haven't really had more than one crash on this server since playing it a lot recently. And on top of that, I really love the low health in this server. It feels very good. They also don't have ace medical, which I'm not the biggest fan of. As you know, you can get hit in the plate, not even be bleeding, and then be down for like 5 to 10 minutes, and then if somebody comes over and thinks you're hurt and morphines you on the ground for some reason, you're dead for another 20 minutes essentially, and all you did was get hit in the plate. So I love how quick you get up from getting hit in this server if you actually do live through the first few bullets that are shot at you, because it feels very smooth when the players are at low health and everybody goes down very quickly. It's very much so a hardcore type of battlefield experience, in my opinion, in the most positive way possible, with very tactical upsides. Also, the communication in here is very decent as well, and the server ranges from 19.9 gigabytes on NA1 to 20.8 gigabytes on NA2, as well as they have a third ultra realism option pretty much, and I haven't been able to play on that server yet because it hasn't been seeded yet, but I will say that the mods look very promising, so it's definitely one to look out for, and my favorite experience right now on Arma Reforger. Alrighty, and for the next spot on this list, I'd probably put this at about 3 or 4, but it's just a consistent, always go-to server, man, and that's going to be WCS, as you guys pretty much know. A lot of people on console say it's their go-to server because simply every other server runs WCS assets, so you're pretty safe with the small 25 gigabyte mod size that you're allocated to on console. You can only have that much. WCS is a safe download because most other servers run their assets, and they're very consistent. And recently they added tactical animations overhaul, and I will say it's made the server a little bit more enjoyable for me, and I would definitely say I run it more consistently than I used to, so that's very nice. Just a pretty much a 3rd or 4th spot there, just because it's so consistent and runs so well and looks so good. So at least for me on PC, it's definitely a go-to and a good time, and you can always find consistently populated servers on it. But WCS is definitely one of them ones. The next experience I want to mention on this list, and probably my number 2 experience, which used to be my number 1, which we'll talk about why it kind of fell short in a second, is going to be the US Civil War servers. Now, Misfit has predominantly taken it over, as you guys can see here, with multiple different experiences on multiple maps, and I feel like this kind of took away from the lore a little bit. While it's nicer to be able to kind of flip around and play different stuff, as while I was playing Whiskey Tango Foxtrot, I did always wish they had like one legacy server. I do now kind of see that it kind of helped to go with the plot. For example, you're fighting in this area and you wanted to play this server before the map was gone, and you moved into the next one, and it actually followed a storyline and you felt like you were a part of something or battling for something, so it definitely added to it. These servers, by the way, do have a download size of anywhere from 15.4 gigabytes to 16.9, as well as BTG BTGG also has not been seeded too much yet. They do events on Fridays, and I think they've gotten somewhere up to 40 players, but they do actually have a really good lore, and they are only set on Yellowstone right now, so there's actually a storyline to possibly follow there, and I will link their Discord down below in the description as well, and their server is 17.4 gigabytes. So I would say that Civil War will be a contender for #1 once again, but the reason I had to put it in the #2 slot on my personal list is just because I do think it takes a little bit too much ammunition to kill somebody right now on the Misfit servers. I have to use 8 to 10 bullets to kill one guy actually hitting him, because it takes like an extra 5 to even 15 when they're on the ground. Sometimes I'll mag dump a guy on the ground and he won't die, and I think that's predominantly because of Ace Medical. But I will say, after playing OPR Fargo, it's kind of jaded my experience to be very leaning towards the lower health side of things, so it'd be nice to see them implement that. But if they don't want to do that, it's still a top tier Arma Reforger experience, and I would definitely still put it at #2 on my personal list. I absolutely love the fact that they've kept this going, so big shout out to the Misfit and BTGG guys for taking over Civil War. And I also saw that Triple Threat Tactical might be opening up a Civil War server too, so that's really nice to see everybody taking this idea and moving forward with it. RIP to Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. Obviously they're not completely dead, they're going to be moving on to Battlefield and other games as well, but on Arma Reforger they no longer exist. So it was fun to follow that lore, and I can't wait to follow the next story that gets seeded and gets a lot of players, man. Now moving to the next server on this list, once again we are going to have to say Spearhead, and the reason for that, for me personally, this is probably the 3rd spot on my list personally, but I mentioned it 4th just because it came up 4th, man. I don't know, I'd probably put this over WCS because, like I said, WCS is kind of like the base experience. It's consistent, you know what you're gonna get, and it's 100% always popping because of the player base. But when you get into the ultra hardcore servers on Spearhead, there's simply nothing like it on Arma Reforger right now, because there's obviously, I think NA3 on OPR Fargo, once that gets seeded, has a similar mod list, but on Spearhead's ultra hardcore servers right now, you're able to have nutrients. You need to drink and eat food in order to keep yourself, you know, properly, you know, nutriented. I can't think of the word. 1 second while I think. Nourished. That's the word, nourished. So yeah, very nice there. A very unique experience to Arma Reforger in the conflict area of things. Obviously, I think there are DayZ servers and things like that. But again, mentioning the size of this server, anywhere from 18.8 to 20 gigabytes is going to be your Spearhead download size. So highly recommend this server. One of the most unique experiences for Arma Conflict right now, and I really enjoy it, man. It's a ton of fun. Would highly recommend it. Super dope. It's going to be the most realistic PvP experience you can get right now in the modded Arma Reforger scene. Now the last server on this list I'm going to mention is going to be Rubber Band Rangers. Now I've always seen these servers very full, and maybe it's just an amazing experience for me because I literally ping like 20 to the server, but it feels very good, man. They have some really cool weapons in here that I've actually haven't seen in too many other servers besides Wars of Attrition, which has pretty much every weapon in the game, which is a great server and will be on our new and upcoming server list. But Rubber Band Rangers has a lot of servers that are very close to me, so I like it a lot for that. And anybody else that's in the anywhere from Arizona to like West Coast like area, it's very nice. So you ping very low. And also it is a very straightforward Arma Reforger experience. The only thing I would like to see is Bacon Loadout Editor, but I think some people prefer regular Arsenal. So a lot like WCS, it's just the regular Arsenal, but no lag or anything. The server feels very consistent, very smooth. I had no issues when I was in there, and I really like it for an extra Arma Reforger experience. Nothing too crazy unique about it, like I said, except for the weapons that I don't see in too many other servers, but it felt really good. Combat felt nice, man. Would highly suggest it as a 5th experience and probably an alternative to things like WCS, which are very full most of the time. So would highly recommend it, man. And that sums up this list. Again, we will be having that new and upcoming server list, so if you didn't hear a server that you're playing that might be relatively low pop most of the time, I guarantee you it might be on that list. Guarantee and might are definitely not the same word, but just wait for that list. Look out for it, man. It will be coming up in the near future, probably in about a week or half a week or so, so maybe 3 to 5 days out. And yeah, man, we're also going to be coming up with a settings video here soon to teach you guys how to, you know, cant your weapon, go into high ready, low ready, things like that, and how to change these keybinds, as well as some other keybinds that are very useful that obviously keyboard players and mouse and keyboard players can take advantage of very quickly, that are also available on controller that you might not know about. So make sure you guys look out for that. Without further ado, man, that's been yet again another Arma Reforger top best server list. I will say another honorable mention as well will be Casual Ops PvP. A ton of fun. If you like some lighthearted gameplay as well, shout out to my homie Drift Dusty, man. He did a great job with that server. If you guys have ever seen ASAP Gaming as well online with all the Bigfoot trolling stuff that's in that server, they have a ton of fun stuff in there and crazy events too when they used to do it on Border Wars, so I would only assume they're continuing that trend today. So without further ado, man, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Make sure you guys look out for more gameplay videos coming out soon, and I'll see you guys in the next one, and I'm out. Peace.